Good evening, YouTubers. Welcome back into another edition of Astros Recap. David Artis back at it here. It is 5:35 p.m., August 27th, 2023, Sunday night, here at the iHeartMedia Studios as I'm back at work here. Obviously, last week at the house, a lot to break down with the sweep, the hands of the Mariners last week. A little better this week. Could have been better than it was, but not awful. Astros splitting with the Red Sox, which, they should have taken 3 or 4 in that series. They won the first 2 in that series too, so just needing one of the final 2 to take 3 or 4 would have been nice. A series this weekend, they actually lose the opener. Game they probably should have won. Didn't deserve to win, but probably should have won. But able to win Saturday, yesterday, and today to take 2 or 3. So good there. But yeah, 3 or 4 was right there, easy for the takings, and start the week, and the Astros weren't able to do it. But 4 and 3, so not awful, but needs to and could be better, or could be and needs to be better going forward. Astros actually have all off days on Thursday. They sort of started the season that way and ended it that way. So the Astros opening day was on Thursday. So we're getting off topic a little bit here, but they opened the season on a Thursday, and like the next 5 Thursdays following that, they were all off, which was like the entire month of April. And now we're going into September, and the Astros will have an off day every Thursday for the rest of the year. So that's sort of good. You can go back to a 5-man rotation at this point. I don't know if Dusty will do that. That's up in the air. Verlander pitched today, actually, on 4 days rest. They're going to do that with Verlander. He likes his routine. So today was supposed to be Javier's start. He'll pitch tomorrow. He gets an extra day, I guess. But we'll see how the rotation shapes out going forward. Now having an off day every Thursday going forward, you don't need to go 6-man. So also, September call-ups are coming up as well, so rosters expand. You got a lot of players that, we'll see. But the Astros are in playoff mode right now. Really hasn't been like this the last few years. They've, basically wrapped up everything so they can get people rest and do a lot with their call-ups. This year, you got to play your best lineup every day. And Dusty doesn't do it because, Yano Diaz plays basically 3 to 4 days a week, which at this point, listen, Dusty's going to Dusty, and you just have to deal with it. So I don't think anybody in Houston agrees with his philosophy when it comes to the situation with Yanner and Moldy. But at this point, it's just, I'm not going to argue till I'm blue in the face. Dusty's going to do what he does, and you have to live with it. So but yeah, I sort of broke down the week. I'm going to sort of go through some numbers and sort of how these games went a little bit here for you. Thought the Astros got some help this week. The Mariners still are winning games. Now, they did lose to Chicago, the final game there. So they actually won the first 2, but it felt like the Mariners would never lose again. So they actually did lose the finale there, so yeah. I'm just trying to look right now because the game's over. Hold on. Yeah, they won 3-2 today. So they are now in sole possession with this updates of first place, and they swept the Royals over the weekend here. So they took 5 of 6. They had off day Thursday, but yeah, you get the Mariners that lead the division. They're the front runners now, and they came out of nowhere, it felt like. It only took them a few weeks, and here they are, top the division. So I think the team that nobody's really talking about in terms of, the Astros and looking at other scores, the Blue Jays. People might be talking about them, but they're the 4th team, out of the 3 wild card spots. They're on the outside. They did lose today, so the Astros picked up another game on them, so they do have that 3rd spot, tied with the Rangers, but the Rangers are like a .001 percentage point better. The Astros have played 2 more games, so Rangers lost 8 in a row. So the end of last week, bleeding into this week, and then they finally got a win yesterday, and they lose a heartbreaker today. A game they were up 5-0. They let slip away in 13 innings. So that helped. But the Rangers are free falling right now, and you thought yesterday might get them back going in the right direction, and then they have the meltdown today. So anyway, but I feel like the Astros have been getting some help with other teams losing. Not Seattle, but Texas for sure, Toronto. They've gotten help in that regard. So, but yeah, I mean, just holding into a wild card spot, maintaining the lead there. Obviously, the division's still there. The Astros are only, go back here real quick, only a game out of first place. They have 3 more with Seattle, 3 more with Texas, so winning those series is going to be big, but also the winning series along the way. It's always the goal. So, by the way, I had mic issues earlier today testing this out, so if it's a little muffled, I do apologize. I tried to turn it way down. I don't know how this is going to work out, but I had to test this mic like 5 times, so I feel like the louder I get, the more muffled it is, so I turned the volume down. I meant to bring that up at the top, but yeah, I've had issues. I mean, I have mic issues, it feels like every week almost, you know. But this mic has been pretty good for the last few months, I feel like. But yeah, today it wasn't working as well as I hoped, so I turned it down because I felt like the lower volume sounded better. Again, noise, background, radio, turn that down even more for you. But yeah. So we're here. So yeah, Astros win pretty easily. The offense really showed up on Monday and Tuesday. Javier again, it never fails. First inning, 3-run home run. That's sort of his. That's just what he does now. So you're playing from behind pretty early, but the offense, was able to get it going. McCormick had 2 big home runs in that game, but we won 9-4. So Javier been able to settle down after the first inning. It's just that first inning is always the one that seems to kill him early on. But yeah, I mean, the big story there was that McCormick had 6 RBIs, 2 3-run home runs, I believe. And let's see if I can find that here. If I go, where was he? He had 4 RBIs, so let's see, okay, so he had a 3-run shot and then a solo shot. But yeah, the Astros bats broke out. They were good. Altuve had a hit or run, but yeah, Bregman had 3 hits. He's starting to heat up. Hate saying that. Tucker had a hit. Alvarez had a hit. McCormick had 2, the 2 home runs. Diaz had 2 hits. Pena 2 hits. He's also starting to heat up. Jeremy Pena. Myers even had 2 hits. Moldy had 2 hits. So yeah, at 16 hits, scored 9 runs, and really opened it up a little bit in the 4th with a 3-run inning and stretching the lead there to 7-3. So just sort of riding it out the rest of the way there, winning 9-4 after getting off to a bad start. Tuesday they grabbed a big lead early on. It felt like 2 in the first. I want to say it was a Bregman Tucker 2-run shot actually, but the 4-run 7th really opened up the game late. Montero gave a few runs, 7-3 there. You go to extra innings Wednesday as Kendall Graveman gave up the 3-run home run in the 10th to Adam Duvall, I believe, who seemed to kill him all series. But Astros had the lead 4-1, 4-2, scored 2 early runs, but stayed 4-4 as no one scored 6 through the 9th, 6 through 9 innings. So for 4 innings there, no one scored, and then obviously the extras runs typically score. So I want to get more of a box score if I can for you here. So Urquidy, yeah, was not very good. Couldn't get through 5, 4 2/3, 8 hits, 4 runs, 3 walks. It'll be interesting to see what they plan to do with Urquidy, but Urquidy and Javier are the two pitchers sort of in question if they want to go back to a 5-man. We'll see. Martinez was brought up. He got 4 outs, clean. Neris worked a clean 8th, Abreu, or 7th. Abreu got the 8th, clean. Presley 9th, clean. Graveman struggled. 3 runs, 2 of them earned. And the 10th credit with the loss. So Graveman a little shaky as an Astro so far. And then Thursday, I won't even get into this. The Astros were down. JP France stunk. I'm not going to pile on JP France. He's been so good. But this was not a good start for him. Couldn't get out of the third. 11 hits, 10 earned runs. ERA goes up a full point basically. I think it was under 2.5. It's 3.51. And then Belak ate up some innings for him, going 5 1/3. Montero and Maldi actually pitched in the 9th inning. They gave up 4 earned runs. ERA at 36, but they were just trying to save another arm there. 17-1, so that was a good old beatdown. But yeah, just unfortunate. I mean, you win the first 2 in a 4-game series. I don't care who you're playing. The goal is to win, take 3 or 4. And I mean, after winning the first 2, that should have been, should have been a thing to do, and they just couldn't do it. So they do take 2 or 3 here, bouncing back after the tough Friday loss. And the Astros had no business on Friday winning that game. Fromber, who actually pitched 7 innings, no-hit baseball, it did super inconsistent. Now, I actually walked 4 guys. That's important to point out. So his no-hitter was, well, he threw 7 innings of no-hit ball, but, I mean, the pitch count got up there with the 5 walks, 6 strikeouts. So he got taken out. Abreu allowed the first base hit, but also got a double play to get out of it. And through 9 innings, the Astros scored 1 run. In fact, they had 1 hit. And it was a questionable hit at that, too. Questionable hit. It was an Altuve infield hit that could have been, it's a questionable sort of hit. Because the third baseman probably should have made the play, but he sort of booted it, and it was hit kind of softly. So all I'm saying is that was the only run they scored. That was an RBI there. And the only hit they had. So they had no business winning this game going into the 9th inning. But Presley, gets a 1-run lead. He strikes out the first 2 hitters. He's got 2 strikes on, I think it was Cabrera. And then he just completely melted down, basically. It was base hit, game tied, 3-run home run, game over. Walk-off 3-run home runs. So, yeah, blown save his 5th of the year. But 4 earned runs. Ouch, that was a tough one. But again, Astros, the offense deserves a good majority of that blame for that loss as well. You're playing the Tigers, and you get 1 hit, questionable hit, 1 run. However, Presley gets a 1-run lead going to the 9th. Valdez and Abreu did their jobs. Don't make it look easy, but hold on. I got to turn down those volumes a little bit there, so we'll see. Anyway, yeah. But bouncing back, obviously, he scored a good run Saturday, Sunday, 8 on Saturday, I believe. 8 runs. Let me double check that. Yeah, or 9 to 2, and then 17 to 4. So he scored 26 runs the last 2 games. So yeah, they need more offensive days like that. They got to go into Boston. Short plane flight for them. You got 3 more with Boston, so you can try to seek some revenge. Some payback. Just take 2 or 3 if you could. You'll enjoy a day off Thursday, and then you come home. Short 3 games with the Yankees before you go back to Arlington to play the Rangers. So, yeah. Just looking at the schedule here. Seattle's second to last series of the year in Seattle. But you'll have a stretch there with Oakland and Kansas City there for a week. And you'll play Kansas City again the following week. So, but yeah, just looking at the September sort of schedule there as we try to make a final playoff push here. So, yeah. And look at the schedule. They actually had off days Thursday in the first 2 months of the year. All of April and all of May, they didn't play a game on Thursday. But yeah, I wanted to also throw out some numbers here. I got some time here to give you some numbers. Astros. So pitching-wise, I'm curious to see what they do. I mean, again, I don't know. I really don't have an idea. But if we're going to be moving people to the bullpen, it's probably between Urquidy or Javier. If you're moving, everybody else needs to stay. So, you Verlander. I'm not going to credit Valdez. He walked 5 guys in his 7 no-hit innings. That's not a very good start for me. And, I mean, you can give him credit because he didn't allow any runs, any hits. But Valdez I still don't have faith there. I need to see a continued stretch of good outings before I jump back on board with him. Verlander pitched today, pitched on, he pitched Tuesday. But he went 6 innings, no runs on Tuesday, 5 innings, no runs today. So, not going super deep, but, hold on. Gotta turn that up. But yeah, he, last 2 outings were scoreless outings for him. So, gets the win today. He's 10-4, ERA low 3s for him. Montero got an inning. Nice clean inning for him. So Montero's sort of used in like the 6th inning basically. But, I struggle to give people credit like Montero. The minute I do that, they go out and they basically discredit the credit I gave them. So I'm not going to do it. Same thing with, Neris. But, Kendall Graveman's into the setup mix. Phil Maton's back now. Today was his first game back. He gave up 3 runs. He gave up a 3-run shot to Miguel Cabrera. So his first game back, not very good. Stanek also gave up a home run there in the 9th inning. But, we want to see Preston needs to get back out there. Get the bad taste out of his mouth. So hopefully that can happen tomorrow for him. But, I mean, I'm okay with, Graveman had a good outing on Saturday yesterday. He's sort of, I think Graveman, the role he has I kind of like, which is coming in with inherited runners, pitching possibly, if he needs to get a final out of 1 inning, coming out the next inning. I think he's valuable in that way. I know he's had some slip-ups. He's allowed some runs. Hasn't been rock solid, but he's a guy they're going to need to rely on to get some key outs, maybe in a playoff game, if the Astros get there again. But that's where we're at. So, Bregman's heated up. Again, this is going back to what I just said. I hate giving Bregman credit because every time you try to start to give him credit, he'll slow right back down, which is what he's done all year. He starts to heat up, and you think, here we go, and then he falls right back down to earth. So, his average now to 260, 261. I'd actually take that. Bregman hits 261, I'll take it. Altuve 314, we're great there. Jolks is back up. He came in. A lot of players got, pinch hit for because the game got out of hand in the 7th inning. So, 7th, 8th inning, I started bringing people in. Alvarez 279. Alvarez has actually been pretty cold. Had 2 hits and 3 RBIs today, but he hasn't really hit a lot of home runs of late, and he could be better, but I'm not going to complain with a 279 average. But I just feel like Alvarez has been sort of, we don't complain if they win, obviously, but Alvarez is usually right in the thick of all the offense, or the majority of it, and I feel like that hasn't really been the case a whole lot. Tucker hit a home run today, 292 for Tucker, and he's up to 26 home runs. 97 RBIs, leads all of baseball. So Tucker been the MVP of the team, the lineup, and he's in the conversation for the AL MVP if it wasn't for Shohei Ohtani, who will win it again most likely. Myers came in. McCormick had 3 hits, 2 runs, and RBI, 283. I'm going to take that. Singleton got the start. He actually got a base hit and an RBI, but Abreu just got the day off, basically. Pena had 5 hits. Career high, 3 RBIs. Home run shy of the cycle. But he's raised his average up to 256. Dubon at 275. He had 3 hits by himself there. Moldy had 2 hits. He hit a home run. Dubon hit a home run. Diaz came in. Diaz hit a home run. 2 hits, 2 RBI. And the Astros had 25 hits today. Count them up. I mean, offensive outbursts. I'm just hoping that doesn't, I don't like playing games after a 17-run performance because I feel like the offense dies the following day. But hopefully that's not the case. Hopefully they can score some runs and take care of Game 1 in Boston there. As Javier's going, no faith, absolutely zero faith. But we'll hope he can. If he can get to the first inning unscathed, which is sort of his big issue, he might have a decent start. But that first inning seems to get him every time out. So, but yeah, I'm coming up here I'm over 20 minutes, so wanted to just throw out some numbers there for you. But Bregman's average is raised, along with Pena. So hopefully we can keep those consistent where they're at. We'll play 3 Boston Wednesday games in the afternoon game. Off day Thursday. We come home for a short 3-game set with the Yankees before going back out. Short flight up north to Arlington to play the Rangers. So, 4-2 is the goal again. Just win your series, and hopefully things can go well for us. But I'll wrap things up there. I got the news to run here in about 3 minutes. So we'll get on that, and we'll talk to you next week.